Shalom to the hopeful elect. It's your fellow servant Shemaiah. Today I was it came across my mind, Matthew chapter 24, verse 24, and I was what came across my mind was that for some of us that know about this truth, about the Hebrew Israelite awakening, that some of us came in to this knowledge in 2019, 2018, 2017, right before the 19 thing, right? The Bobit 19 happened. Okay? But some of us, or a lot of us, came into this truth in the year of 2007, I believe it's been said, right, from the elders and apostles on down, when this truth hit the internet by way of the unicorn, right? And that's in Job, right? But as of late, a lot of these guys, there's been a submerging of multiple different false prophets, okay, on the internet that don't call on the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's one reason why I call these guys false prophets. Or they've been old bottles that still speak on Yahweh Shai. I mean, well, yeah, his name is Yahweh Shai, but they call on Jesus, right? But what they done, they mix the truth with lies. They mix being a Hebrew Israelite, a black Hebrew Israelite, you know, they say the daughters of Zion. They come up with all these phrases which the world has never, ever, ever, ever talked like this. All right, these guys have turned. They're like, if you looked at the movie Matrix, there's this guy called Agent Smith, where he in part 2 and part 3, he adjusted to the way to Neo, I'll say, right? Because Neo is supposed to be pretty much like the savior of the new world or the Zion and things of that nature. But they have taken the original doctrine, right? Even those that are of the circumcision, those that know they are Christians, that know they are Hebrew Israelites, they took it on the form of Christians, calling Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you know, God, Most High, blessed in Jesus, right? These guys have become hirelings, right? With that, I want to get this, let me get this, that Matthew 24, because this is what we're supposed to be warning our people about. Like I said, for me, I came in 2019, you know, like right before I'll say 2018, right before the Bobit thing happened, the Bobit 19 happened. All right, that's when I learned, and what I mean by coming in, meaning that's when I heard from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. That's when I was given the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. That's when I was being shown the 100% truth, how to operate, what to do, how to be. I wasn't just, and at first I didn't like it, you know, because when I came in to the 100% truth, I was doing things that was hard to break. You know, I had bad habits. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he's broke those habits from me. Okay? But the thing is, before then, I was listening to GOCC. Something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. I was listening to Sakari. I was listening to Wi-Fi. I even went downtown one time and I took a picture with Wi-Fi because they had some Wi-Fi members down there by the lake. I mean, they didn't know me from James, John, or Jordan. But I'm right down there with them taking a picture as if I knew them all my life. Just because I know about the Hebrew Israelite thing. So I'm like, there's something ain't right here. But when I came across GMS, the Elders and Apostles of the Great Millstone, it was more to it. You had to be about it. There was restrictions. You couldn't just be any Joe Blow and become a part of GMS. And to this day, I'm still not a part of GMS. That's because of a lot of different decrees. And right now, I believe, it's the reason why. It's the reason why, and it's an intelligent reason why, a wise choice or decision being made that, we don't, that they're not letting no one in right now. I mean, maybe here and there they might let some people in, but for whatever reason, I hear the elders and apostles and their bishops and their the heads of their counts constantly encourage us that it's not always about being a part of GMS, because you could be a part of GMS, and that don't mean that you're a part of the elect. All right, but my point in making this is that you have all these Christians, these so-called Christians, these anti-Christians, as our beloved elders and apostles call them, that's coming to the realm of this knowledge, and they're mixing doctrine. They're mingling old wine with new wine, and you're not supposed to do that. When you come into this truth, you're supposed to come as a newborn baby. You put everything you learned in the world, from the names of the Lord to the whole doctrine of love. You're supposed to erase all that out of your mind. Because when you come to the truth, you know that love is an action. It's not just words saying you love him, somebody, you love the Lord. You got to show him. We know that rebuke, correcting somebody, correction is a form of love, which a lot of people to this day, a lot of these, especially these false preachers, pastors, these false Christs, these false Hamashiachim, right? We know that they are not the truth because they can't take rebuke. They will not take correction. They can't be corrected. Let me get this though. Matthew 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. All right? And that's what these guys are doing. They're going to be out here showing great signs and wonders and making people believe their doctrine, which is an old doctrine, with a Hebrew Israelite twist, right? They're gonna show, what it say, wonders, great signs and wonders. They're gonna be out here conducting a lot of this stuff, which they're doing right now. The same thing they did with Christianity. Excuse me for stumbling over my words, though. The same thing they did with Christianity, but now since you got this technology, it's gonna be on a higher level. Come on, man. Why y'all slowing down right now? I got an hour and a half to take this stuff to the storage. Damn it. Some tell me don't do it, but Shemaya, you should just stay over there. Be patient. It's okay. Slack but these guys are very... Dang. That woman walking on that little road by herself, boy. The highway. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, this world about to be really crazy out here. Really cold, really psycho out here. But to get back on these false prophets and these false teachers, they didn't know anything about half the scriptures that the elders and apostles have been bringing out for years. These people are using them, and they're putting a Christianity twist on it. All these scriptures that Christianity has avoided for at least 40 years since I've known of Christianity. They've never brought these scriptures out until the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone, until I heard them coming from their mouth and their camp, their church. Again, Matthew 24:24, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. But guess what? The elect is going to see through that. The elect is not going to be persuaded by those great signs and those wonders, right? People going to be getting healed with the RFID CHIP. People going to be getting healed. You know, they got what's that? Great bean, blue bean. There's going to be a lot of different ways of deceiving the people. But I'm going to get this, and I'm going to come back to Matthew 24. All right? Get this in Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. Matter of fact, I should open that up. I think I want to start at verse Matthew 13 and verse oh yeah, that's a beautiful thing right there too. And you can read Matthew 13 from the beginning. You can read it from the beginning, right? It goes into the sower seed, or the seed of the sower, and how this truth, how it fell upon. It say, I'm gonna read it. Damn it, yeah, I'm just read it. Hey, let's get it. Matthew chapter 13, verse 3, and it says, "And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth." Buddy outside fixing this semi truck. I know, bro. That's crazy, man. You already probably know where you at, right? Again, it's like it say, and he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell upon the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Okay? That's, when we at camp, you see the passerbyers, those that gravitate to the word, they be interested for a minute. They heard something that was different, that was new, and they come by and they stop for a minute. And then, someone will come and drag them away like, come on, man, we got to go, or whatever. All right? This thing that we've been introduced to, man, that's a beautiful. Can y'all see that? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I like the way that looks. The Lord is a beautiful artist, man. And I love artistry, man. That's nice. Just how the sun's sitting and how the clouds are, But a lot of people get this truth is being introduced to the world, and these are the symptoms of those that hear the word, right? It say, and the fowls came and devoured them up. It says some fell upon stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up because they had no deepness of earth. All right, they didn't really sink into the individual. They weren't of the elect. Period, point blank. They weren't of the elect. They weren't called, or they were called, but they weren't. Many are called, but few are chosen. They weren't chosen. All right. So this thing is something to really take hold to the best of your ability, and all it takes is to pay attention, to come by without money, come eat and drink without money. All right. Pay attention to the word. Pay attention to what the Lord is saying and to his prophets. And you should be able to discern what's what. Discern who are the Lord's prophets. What would they be doing? What would they look like? Because the Lord has already told us. All right, the Lord has already told us what it is. These things that are written in the scriptures are written aforetime for our learning. So we don't have to question what the Lord has done. We could read about it. That's why the Lord says, study to show yourself approved, amongst other things, Blessed is he that readeth. And the Lord, you've made it so simple, you don't even got to read. Only thing you got to do is push a button, push play on your your keyboard, or on your tablet, or on your phone, and it'll speak for you. The Lord made sure that this thing has no one has an excuse. And you got to discern who these people are, man. These false prophets, these false teachers. You know, they got a little bit. Y'all wasn't talking about Hebrew Israelites, you know, until this awakening came out, right? Now, everybody knows something about Hebrew Israelites. They know something about Christianity. They know everything about the Bible now all of a sudden. Okay, let me keep going, Slack here. It says, they had no deepness of earth, and when the sun was up, they were scorched.
Hello, Moto.
Slack here, family. I had a feeling. Give me 1 minute, family. Hey, I'm downstairs. I'm doing a lesson. I'll be right up in a minute.
Okay, sorry.
You all right? All right. Salakia, family. It's and when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. All right? And it say, but other fell unto good ground and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who have ears to hear, let him hear. And that's the ones that you should be paying attention to. Those that are telling you the 100% truth. You know, those that putting their life on the line, that sacrificed everything. And to this day, constantly sacrificing anything. If everything must go, it must go. I forget the name of that song that Lauryn Hill sang, man. I keep on forgetting to, recall it. But I'll Get Out. I think it's called I Get Out. It's a song by Lauryn Hill called I Get Out. And I think it's a song that she got from her brother, or maybe around the same time they created, by, who's that? What Marley? Steven? Is that Steven Marley? It's Ziggy. I think it's Ziggy Marley. I Get Out. They both got songs. It's Ziggy Marley and Lauryn Hill. They got a song called I Get Out. Check those songs out. You know, especially that Lauryn Hill one. You know, to detach yourself from this world, from everything you was taught, all the lies and the hypocrisy. You know. Here's the point I'm going to get to, right? Oh, it says, you know, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold, because this is the fruit. Those that's been listening to the elders and apostles and the great millstone on down, and doing the work and standing strong in the paint, only through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, right? Standing strong in the paint, that fruit is going to produce and produce and produce. The word will drop down like dew, right? The word of Yahweh Shem Shah is dropped down like dew. And many people are waking up. Many people are being quickened by this word, right? It says, verse 9, who have ears to hear, let them hear. And I'm going to jump down. Well, I'm going to read the whole thing, man. Let me go. Let me read the whole thing. It said, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever have, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away, even that he have. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and not understand, and seeing ye shall see and not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their ears and with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted. And that's the thing, being converted, being changed, right? Not staying the same old bottle, not doing the same old things, not calling on the same old names that we were given from plantation Christianity, right? It says, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard them. And that goes back to Hebrews chapter 11, starting at what, verse, like 15? No, you could start from Abraham. That's like what, 6, 7, on down. These are righteous men that was waiting for the day for the kingdom to come. Was waiting for all these prophecies, the testimony of Yahweh Shem Yahshua to happen. Was waiting to see what's the MOTB? What's Revelation 13:16? What's that mean? What's Jacob's trouble? What's Daniel chapter 12? What's Matthew chapter 24? Right? When is these things going to happen? You know, they was edging on the Lord on, like, come on, please let us know when is this stuff going to happen. All right? When is the prophecy of when they was asking the Lord, or the Lord had made a statement to them. He said, y'all know when the sky is red, I'm roughly paraphrasing, that in his Lari, that something about the seasons changing. Right? He said, but y'all know the sign of the end times. The end signs. Y'all don't know what time those are. All right? But we see it. Blessed is your eyes, again, blessed is your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear. And a lot of us came in a time before, right, like nowadays, before all these false prophets and these false pastors and preachers came in with their wayward doctrine and their bullshit. We were introduced to this before that. We have something to hold on to, something a lot stronger than what, a lot of these newcomers are coming into. But this is the point. I could keep going, man, but I hope that the lesson was, y'all can keep on reading that 13 all the way down to 40 to 50, 58, and Lord willing, be edified. But I want to get to this point because I got to get up out of here, take care of this shit before 9 o'clock. I got an hour and 20 minutes now. Again, in Matthew 24, it says, For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so much that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. And that's what this thing is all about. This awakening, this quickening, is all about the Lord receiving His 1/3, His elect, the ones He's going to bring through the fire. Okay, and your works is going to show that. Your works is going to show that. The Lord said, no one, that we're not laboring in vain, that He will not forget our labor of love. But those that draw back, those that go back into perdition, those that are deceived, those that are just doing this for filthy lucre's sake, those that are just go back into the world, those that put down the plow. The Lord said, He gonna, all your works you done is as if you done nothing. As if you done nothing. But the very elect shall not be deceived. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. And if we are, endure, Yahweh Shai Ratazah, endure. Okay. With that, man, I'm gonna close out. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. And just beware. Understand there's a lot of false prophets and Christians and false, these Bible readers and thumpers all of a sudden, and they get some old crazy ass doctrines, man. But the elect will not be deceived, and we know that. So till next time, Kwam Yasharala, You know, I forgot Slaki. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor again to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachah Kodash, and double honor to elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Till next time, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Sabon.